What exactly are we looking at here? In this video, we're going to talk about that and how you can not only recreate this for yourself, but use it to help catch more fish at night. So stick around. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about using a light to help set up a food chain to attract different types of organisms under your boat or your shanty if you're fishing in the wintertime to help you catch more fish. And generally speaking, this will happen in about 4 stages that will take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. So setting up a food chain like this is actually pretty easy. Really, you just need a light source. For the purposes of this video, I'm using a green submersible LED light source, and I'll go over the details of that at the end. But really, I use white light in the wintertime when I'm fishing through the ice, and it's just as effective. You just don't get to see as much. But the first thing that you'll kind of notice when you set up a light under the water like this is what we call plankton. And what you're looking at here darting through the water are copepods, which are just a type of plankton. They're found in almost every lake on the planet. And this is just one of the microscopic organisms that serve as food for minnows and smaller fish, and it kind of helps kick off the food chain. And they'll just dart around. To the naked eye, they really just look like a bunch of little specks in the water that sort of dart around. But these happen to be really close to the camera, and so they showed up fairly well when they were darting right in front of the lens. But what you're seeing with all these dots, for the most part, are just various forms of plankton, at least the ones that you see moving around. That's kind of what you're looking at. So one of the other small organisms that will show up after a short time of having this light on are these insect larvae. Those are the larger, kind of wiggling-looking creatures that you see closer to the surface and all around the camera here. Don't know what they are, not an insect expert, but these do every bit as good a job as the plankton of attracting smaller fish and minnows under the light. So as we move up the food chain, eventually minnows will start to show up to feed on these microorganisms. Here's a small group of, small school of little minnows that show up, but you will see some larger ones like this one here kind of darting down a little bit deeper. Generally speaking, the larger the fish, the deeper in the water you'll find them at night. But this is the point where game fish will start to show up. So now the part that we've been working towards, game fish start to show up. This one here is fairly high in the water column, but they tend not to be right at the top of the water column. They tend to stay down a little bit deeper. They're more wary of things like the boat and the light. And most game fish tend to feed up anyway. They'll start off a little bit lower in the water column. There's one on the right side of the screen here you can see that's kind of hovering off to the side and just under the school of bait fish. So really, that's all there is to it. Set the light up, give it, 20 minutes to a half an hour. If you don't see any results, maybe move to a different spot. But that's how to set up a food chain with a light. So before we wrap up, I just wanted to quickly go over the light that I used in this video. This is a 12-volt submersible LED light. This one comes in green, which is the color that is best suited for the widest variety of organisms. And I'll drop a link in the description to this product on Amazon for those that are interested. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel. And as always, thanks for watching.